How's it going, guys? Me, the Domo Taku here today, talk about the next episode of March Comes Like a Lion, or I was about to say the Japanese name, but I don't actually recall it on top of my head. So anyways, March Comes Like a Lion, episode 2. So, this series I'm continuing, for one, because I really do like the series. I really do like the series. I liked, slice of life thing is my fave, and this series in general just really like continues to amaze me with its episodes and whatnot, and just like its visuals and everything about it. So this episode continues off where we left off with our main protagonist Ray, I believe that's his name, and his shogi competition and stuff like that. So we got to go a little bit more in depth to this world and setting and him and his character and whatnot, right? So I was right. His parents were in a car accident as a kid. He survived. And I don't know if it was me or not, but in the flashback in the later half of the episode when he's talking about his family, it looked like he had a sister, or like, like it was like his dad, his mom, and then there's like a little kid on the side. I couldn't tell if that was him or not, or if that was like a girl or something like that. But I was like, was that like a little sister? It's like, I didn't know who that was, but that's just me. So yeah, other things of this episode. So one of the things I really like about this series is that it's structured in chapters. So then in the first episode we had like 2 chapters of like the story, or like not 2 chapters of like different stories in the first episode, which sort of like it structures the anime sort of really differently. So you have like the introduction, you had like, oh, this thing happened, and in this episode, chapter 3 was like about Akari, the eldest sister. I was wrong. So apparently I thought in the beginning that these 3 were like, or she was the mom, these 2 are like kids or whatever, but no, they're all 3 of them are sisters to each other. And I'm just like, wait, so where are their parents if our main protagonist has no parents? It's like, we don't know. So anyways, yeah, so there's that. Chapter 3 was really awesome at showing off Akari's character. For one, she's just like the nicest person out there, like at all. She like freaking helped out Ray when he was drunk, took him to his house to help him like throw up and get better, and then like let him sleep in his house. And I'm just like, dang, this girl's hecka nice. And she works at like a bar or something like that. Like, dude, I did not realize that was her at all. And then just like, oh, this is the older sister. She's so different when she's over here. It's just like, wait, what? This is her? And it's like, wow, this is so mind-blowing. But that just shows like, her character is awesome. I really like her. And she's the oldest of the sisters, so she has to be the most mature and the most hardworking, which makes sense. So she's pretty awesome. I'm assuming we're gonna learn about the other 2 eventually. You have the middle school one, you have the little kid, and they also live with their grandparent, I believe, whoever that is. But yeah, so chapter 4, was that chapter 3? No, chapter 4 focused on like more of the family, but like there's more to the thing that I missed about the Ray and his shogi competition and whatnot, right? So Ray has a lot of competitors and people to fight against in their shogi career, right? And it was pretty sad to see that like some of the people in this shogi competition, they wanted to win, be on TV. Like that one dude who like wanted to be on TV to see his first grandpa in the hospital, to see him. And I was like, I was so sad. I was just like, wow, he really wanted to be in this competition, and then Ray took it from him. It's like, wow, this is really making us like play the guilt field train right thing. But then eventually it's just sort of like whatever, they just forget about it. So chapter 4 goes into a little bit more of Ray and like his relationship with this family and whatnot, and how they really take care of him, how they raise him and whatnot, how nice it is, and then how he's thinking about himself and his family and whatnot. So that's where the episode ends. Excuse me, I'm still sick. Talking a long time is quite a thing. So yeah, there are some things that I have questions about in this series, and there are some things that I really like about this series. For one, so Ray, our main character Ray, he's quite the unique character. In the opening and in the first episode, and like whenever he's alone, like sometimes Ray tends to nod off about himself. He tends to like sort of like depression, or like sort of like think downly and stuff like that, right? And that's like, you see that in the opening where like it's all just Ray alone. But then everyone, what I'm thinking that like Ray has all these nice and cool people around him, this family of sisters here that takes care of him and just raises him sort of, And you have all these other like shogi competition players that just like, you know, they just like force themselves onto Rei. Like, you know, these are good people, honestly. You know, if these people weren't around Rei, he'd probably be alone and like really quiet and like away from everyone. But you know, these people continue to like just like pester him about like, oh, we are rivals, or we're like best friends, or in shogi players or whatever like that, right? And then these guys, the family that just take care of him and whatnot, they're in a similar situation with him where they, you know, he doesn't have his parents or family with him, so it's all good. You know, I really like it. You know, it's like it really brings a happiness sort of tone when I watch the series, and I really just like enjoying this series, and I just watch every single part of it. The other question is that I have so far is like, where are these sisters' parents? Because they live with their grandparent or the grandpa, and I'm assuming that they have some sort of dark history with them, or like, you know, because Akari is the older sister, that she has some sort of like, whatchamacallit, some moments of herself where she's like, it's like really struggling and whatnot, because, you know, these three just happen to take in Rei and like help him out, feed him and whatnot. When I'm surprised that they're sort of like, you know, taking care of themselves. You have a family of three and the grandpa to take care of, and I'm assuming the working ones are the grandpa and, well, actually they're all working, they have a store, right? Oh, whatever, basically. So, you know, what I'm thinking is that there's gonna be a huge dilemma with this sisterly family going on here, right? And it's gonna be to the job of Rei to help and solve and fix everything, but that's just my assumption right here going on. Because everything in the anime seems too happily and nice, you know? It's my feeling that, you know, like, of course, you have Rei and his tragic backstory, right? But then these other people around him bring a lot of happiness to the series, and my thinking is that something's gonna happen in the show that's gonna have to cause Rei to fix everything and help out everyone else. That's my thinking. But either way, one of the things that I really like about this series is how happy it feels. It just really does feel happy, and I really like watching this show and like seeing Rei and these family of people help him and whatnot. It's really touching. I really like it. So anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you like this episode of March Comes Like a Lion, because it's like Akari, freaking nicest person ever, like seriously. So subscribe, because next week we'll come up with episode 3. I don't exactly remember how much this series is going for or how long. I should probably look into that. But yes, I'll be continuing the series for review because I like it so much. I really do. It makes me happy inside. So I'll see you guys next week or next video on the Don't Talk Anime Channel. So take care, guys, and matane.